Hello everyone, I'm Anastasia signing in from Noras. In today's session, we will be dealing with the contributions of Florence Nightingale. Florence Nightingale was born on 12 May 1820 in a very rich, upper-class British family in Florence, Italy. She was named after her birthplace, and as a woman, Nightingale was very attractive, slender, and a graceful one. In the year 1844, despite the intense opposition of her mother and sister, Nightingale chose to work hard in order to educate herself in the art and science of nursing. She also refused to marry, thinking that marriage would interfere with her ability to follow her calling in nursing. Later in 1850, she visited the Lutheran religious community in Germany, where she observed Pastor Theodor Fleitner and the deaconesses who was working for the sick and deprived. She regarded the experience as a turning point in her life, where she also got a 4 months medical training in the institution, which had formed a basis for her later life. In 1853, Nightingale took the post of superintendent for the care of sick gentlewomen in London and has held on to this position for 1 year. Florence Nightingale's most famous contribution came during the Crimean War. In October 1853, the Crimean War broke out, whereby by the year 1854, around 18,000 soldiers had been admitted into the military hospital, and at this time there was no female nurses present in Crimea. Poor care for wounded soldiers has been delivered by the overworked medical staff. It was also in this time that medicines were short of supply, hygiene was not maintained, which had later on led to spread of many infectious diseases that were also proved to be fatal. There were also no equipments to process food for the patient. So here what happened is the Secretary of War had sent a letter to Florence Nightingale asking her to organize a corps of nurses in order to provide care for the sick and fallen soldiers in Crimea. On receiving this letter, Nightingale accepted and rose to her calling. She and the other nurses had gone to Crimea to provide care to the soldiers, and here the death rate was also reduced from 42% to 2% simply by making improvement in hygiene. She implemented hand washing as well as various other hygienic practices in the hospital which she worked. Her attention had also turned to the health of British Army in India, whereby she demonstrated that bad drainage, overcrowding, contaminated water, as well as poor ventilation was the cause for the death rate, right? Was the cause for the increasing death rate among the British Army in India. Nightingale had also made a comprehensive statistical study of sanitation in Indian rural life, and after 10 years of nursing reform, that is in the year 1873, Nightingale has reported that the mortality among the soldiers in India had reduced from 69 to 18 per thousand. During the Crimean War, Nightingale also gained the nickname the Lady with the Lamp. She was a ministering angel in the hospital. Why? Because she would go alone from one room to the other during the night with a lamp in her hand, making her solitary round. So this is how Florence Nightingale has gained the nickname of the Lady with the Lamp. So now, since we have discussed about a brief history of Florence Nightingale, let us now look at her contributions, right? We are going to discuss about her main contributions in the field of nursing. Nightingale's lasting contribution has been her role in founding the modern nursing profession. She has also set an example of compassion and commitment in patient care as well as in hospital administration. She implemented hand washing as well as other hygienic practices in various hospitals that has led to a decreased mortality rate. She took an attempt to study the causes of high death rate among the British Army in India, where she found that the main cause was because of contaminated water, overcrowding, poor ventilation, as well as bad drainage. So then she decided to conduct a statistical study of sanitation in Indian rural life. And by doing this, in 10 years, she could bring down the death rate from 69 to 18 per thousand. Nightingale, the founder of modern nursing, wrote a book, Notes on Nursing, in the year 1859. The book was first of its kind ever being written, and it also served as the cornerstone of the curriculum in Nightingale School as well as various other nursing schools. She had also established the nursing training school at the St. Thomas Hospital, London in the year 1960. And this is now called the Florence Nightingale School of Nursing and Midwifery. One of the Nightingale's significant achievements was the introduction of the trained nurses into the workhouse system in England and Ireland from 1860s onwards, so that the sick were cared by the properly trained nursing staffs even at their own setting. In the year 1861, she has also laid the foundation of public health nursing. In 1883, Nightingale was awarded the Royal Red Cross by Queen Victoria, and in 1907 she also became the first woman to be awarded the Order of Merit. So these were her contributions and achievements. Here, Nightingale has devoted her life towards nursing, where she has laid many foundations. She has also tried her best to work on the achievement of a good patient care. In the year 1857 onwards, Nightingale was intermittently bedridden and she also suffered from depression. During her bedridden years, she has done pioneering work in the field of hospital planning. Nightingale's output was, however, considerably low during her last decade, as she had suffered from blindness and declining mental abilities. However, she still showed interest in the current affairs. On 13 August 1910, at the age 90, she died peacefully in her sleep at her home in London. The Lady with the Lamb was laid to rest at her family's plot in St. Margaret's Church, East Wellow in England. After her death, since 1965, International Nurses Day has been celebrated on her birthday, which is on 12 May. The President of In this day, the President of India honors the nursing professionals with the National Florence Nightingales Award, and the award, established in 1973, is given in recognition of meritorious services of nursing professionals characterized by devotion, sincerity, dedication, as well as compassion. So, those were the contributions of Florence Nightingale in the field of nursing. So now we have come to the end of this topic, whereby in today's session we have discussed about the brief history of nursing Nightingale, how she was influence, as well as how she had trained herself in the art and field of nursing, right? How she had contributed in the nursing care, what were her achievements, what were the foundations which she had laid, as well as we have also come to know that she was known as the Lady with the Lamb for a reason. And even after her death, the Nurses' Day has been celebrated on her birthday, right? That is on 12th May. So I hope you have got a clear understanding of this topic. I'll be meeting you in my next session. Until then, have a good day. Thank you.